Why she never initiates sex anymore. She used to initiate intimacy. Now, if you don't make the first move, nothing happens. So what changed? First, understand this. It doesn't automatically mean she's cheating. But it does mean something in the relationship may have changed. Reality check. Sexual distance usually has a reason. And sometimes, couples ignore that reason for months. Maybe in the beginning, she was more affectionate. She kissed you first. Touched you. Flirted with you. Made it obvious that she wanted you. But now? You go to bed. She takes her phone. Scrolls for 30 minutes. Then says, "I'm tired." One night? Normal. 1 week? Maybe stress. But when this becomes the relationship for months, you need to pay attention. She may feel emotionally disconnected. This is very common in long-term relationships. You think everything is okay because you're not fighting. But not fighting doesn't always mean you're connected. Maybe you barely talk anymore. Real talk. Not. What did you eat? Where are you? When are you coming home? I'm talking about actual conversations. You stopped flirting. You stopped laughing together. You stopped making each other feel wanted. And slowly, intimacy started feeling like another task. Reality check. For many people, emotional distance eventually becomes physical distance. If she feels disconnected from you all day, don't expect a switch to magically turn on at night. Sex may have become too predictable. Same time. Same situation. Same routine. Every single time. At first, familiarity feels comfortable. But sometimes, too much routine kills excitement. Think about your relationship. Do you still flirt with her? Do you create anticipation? Do you make her feel attractive outside the bedroom? Or do you ignore her all day and suddenly become romantic at midnight? That's a real relationship problem. Some men only show physical affection when they want sex. They don't hug their partner randomly. They don't compliment her. They don't sit close to her. But at night, suddenly. Come here. Reality check. If every touch feels like a request for sex, she may start avoiding touch completely. Because she already knows where she thinks it's going. She may be tired, stressed, or mentally exhausted. This reason isn't dramatic. That's why people ignore it. Work. Studies. Family problems. Poor sleep. Daily responsibilities. Stress can destroy sexual desire. You may think. But she has energy to use Instagram. Scrolling requires almost nothing emotionally. Intimacy does. That's the difference. Sometimes, she isn't rejecting you. She's simply exhausted. But here's the problem. If neither of you talks about it, you start creating your own story. She doesn't find me attractive. She wants someone else. She doesn't love me. And she may be thinking, why doesn't he understand that I'm tired? Now both people feel misunderstood. She may no longer feel desired. There's a difference between wanting sex and making your partner feel wanted. Read that again. Maybe you initiate sex. But when was the last time you genuinely complimented her? Not because you wanted something. Just because you noticed her. When did you last look at her and make her feel attractive? In long relationships, people become comfortable. Sometimes too comfortable. You stop saying the things you said in the beginning. You assume. She already knows I find her attractive. Maybe. But people still like to feel desired. Reality check. Love can be understood silently. Desire often needs to be shown. Or yes. Her attraction may have changed. We also need to talk about the uncomfortable possibility. Sometimes, attraction changes. Maybe the relationship has become full of resentment. Maybe there have been too many unresolved arguments. Maybe she no longer sees you the same way. That doesn't automatically mean another man exists. People can lose attraction without cheating. But ignoring it won't fix it. If she avoids every intimate moment, never initiates, seems uncomfortable when you touch her, and refuses to talk about it, then stop pretending everything is normal. Have the conversation. Not, "Why don't you ever want sex?" That sounds like an attack. Try, "I feel like we've become physically distant. Is something going on between us?" Then listen. Don't immediately defend yourself. Don't turn it into a fight. Because the answer may be uncomfortable. But an uncomfortable truth is more useful than months of silent confusion. And here's the final reality check. You cannot pressure someone into desire. Begging won't create attraction. Arguments won't create attraction. Making her feel guilty won't create attraction. You need communication. You need honesty. And sometimes, you need to accept that the relationship has changed. So if she never initiates sex anymore, don't immediately accuse her of cheating. But don't blindly ignore the change either. Ask what changed. Because sometimes, the lack of intimacy isn't the real problem. It's just the first sign of a deeper one.